And welcome everybody to a very special Messing Around Monday episode. Hopefully whoever's team that you are rooting for won. But we are ready. We are psyched and pumped. We have some special content for everybody. We got tons of news, breaking news, right, Zach? Mm-hmm. Zach has been in the news. We got tons of things going on. Pop culture. He's been in the lab cooking. And speaking of in the lab cooking, Tinsley and I have been cooking up some bets. Hopefully we hit everything. Future selves. Hopefully we did well. But the Super Bowl is done and over with. We got tons of things to talk about. How's it going, guys?
I think my favorite thing that we all do, all three of us do it, is we come on and during the intro and say, we have a very special episode for you today. Literally every episode, no matter
every
what
episode,
we're doing that day.
No matter what we're doing.
It could be the most average podcast, like with just regular stuff. We'll be like, guys, we have a super special episode. It's going to be great.
You gotta,
I do it every single time. This is not calling Mason out because I do it every single time I do the intro.
You gotta try to bait them. They're like, "Oh snap! Special episode! I'm staying in."
Yeah, right.
All right. Next time I do an intro, I'm going. All right, guys. We have the most mediocre episode ever planned for you today.
The most medium episode. Average.
Below average episode. Hopefully, you guys are excited about that.
I do just want to say congrats to my future self. I'm talking from Saturday. Congrats, you're now a millionaire. Spend your money wisely.
Wow. Great.
Thank you, Super Bowl 58.
Shout out. I can't believe he hit every single bet.
Every bet that he placed.
One.
Even Sam Darnold to win MVP. That was wild, man. That Brock Purdy got hurt. And then Sam Darnold came in and won the game. That's insane.
What a story.
No, but in all seriousness, we have a lot of content with like what we did for the Super Bowl. We talked about cropping some of that in this episode of hopefully I finished all 50 nuggets. Tinsley has been extremely worried about me. Like just checking in like like Mason, big dog. Like I'm worried about you and your life, your stomach. 50 nuggets. The rules are if no one's been keeping up, but go ahead, Tins.
I was just saying, I've been with you. I've seen you eat like in your terms too much, and literally be on the ground. Oh, the pain. And that would be like a snack for me. What you would consider you ate too much.
I think Mason is not a volume shooter.
No,
he spreads it out like. He eats a decent bit, but he really spreads it out to a lot of small snack-sized meals.
Mm-hmm. But how long is the Super Bowl? It's during the Super Bowl, so kickoff all the way to the end. I feel like it's always longer than that because it's just like the halftime show and all the commercials that they got to get in. Did you see how much commercials are going for? I know it's like a shocker every year, but it's like 3.7 million for a 30-second ad.
Pretty good.
Checks out.
It's all crazy. About the number of people who are like getting exposed to your ad. Like that's why Mr. Beast can sell his ad. Like ads on his video can go for so much because it's like 100 million views on an advertisement. Same with Super Bowl. It's the most watched thing of all year, so you're getting the most eyes of anything. I mean, it makes sense, but that is still a huge risk of a company to say, we're going to put like, for some of the small companies, it's like, we're going to put 75% of our marketing budget for the year into a 30-second commercial.
Oh, this says, according to CBS News, 4.5 million in 2019, 7 million today.
For 30 seconds or for a full minute?
I'll have to look into that.
How much did we pay for ours?
Did you? Oh, for our Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think we did a good job.
Yeah, it's only 3 seconds long, so you be on the lookout for it. You better not like click off or look at your phone during the commercials. You might miss it. Be on the lookout though.
30 seconds.
This is really bad podcasting because we're talking about the Super Bowl, which is happening tomorrow. And this episode isn't coming out till Monday morning. We're saying look out for something at the Super Bowl, but
we said
this
is special. This is a special podcast.
Yeah. So that's certainly a thing.
We should have said it. Did you guys see our Super Bowl commercial? It was
that's
wild.
what we should have done.
We just misspoke.
As if, man, I can't believe our viewership went up by 100,000 times in the past night because of our ad last night. Crazy.
Shout out to us.
Wow, that was a marketing genius on our part. Didn't someone do that? Do like a 1 second commercial at one point in Super Bowl? I think I remember a company doing that.
I just remember the commercial that had the QR code. It had nothing else on it. It was just a QR code, and people were scanning it.
There was someone that I maybe there was.
I forget
who it was. Zach. It was a big brand. Instead of doing 1:30 thing, they did like a bunch of like 5-second commercials throughout the Super Bowl. I don't remember who did that. That's a thing though.
Well, while we're looking that up, my strategy for the Nuggets is to break it up into the game. So if you have 4 quarters,
the thing that happened yesterday,
this already happened. Yes. It's done.
This already happened. So let me just tell everybody what I did in the just yesterday. What I did, 12.5 Nuggets. 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. So if I just eat 12.5 per quarter with halftime being my break. I should have this in the bag, right?
So you're not eating anything else or drinking anything?
No. Well,
my goal is
we're gonna have snacks and stuff throughout the day, so I'm hoping that whatever delicious foods that everybody has brought, I've already eaten before, and then I like reset, and then I'm ready to go like for the game itself. We'll see how this goes.
I think the only way to salvage this is we have to like write somewhere in here. Put ourselves from the future updating on how everything went.
Yeah.
So we're gonna in just a second we're going to edit in about 5 minutes of us recapping how this went.
All right, so this is the boys. We are all together for the first time ever on the pod. Yeah, we're sitting here at Mason's house. We just finished the 50 Nugget challenge. If you hear any dogs in the background, I'm very sorry. This is live podcasting, people. It's not always pretty, but it's what we're here for. So we all just did the 50 Nugget challenge. We're here for the update.
Some of us did.
Tins. How many nuggets did you finish?
I did 50.
Oh, okay. Zach, how many did you finish? Oh, I also finished 50. Mason, to you?
You said not always pretty on the podcast. That was my performance today.
Oh.
With a solid 30 nuggets.
30 nuggets.
That's a nugget a minute.
1 nugget per minute. So Tins and I finished it pretty comfortably. Mason, if you this is like the end of a football game. Can you give us what happened? Like, how are you feeling throughout it?
So if we were comparing this to the Super Bowl or a football game, I was up in the second or third quarter, and then I gave up the lead and then lost the game at the end. That would be.
I think the question is, were you actually up?
I don't think you were ever up at any point. I don't think you scored a touchdown until the fourth quarter garbage time.
It was the 10 minutes. 10 minutes in, me and Tins both had maybe 10 or 15 left. Mason was still at about 40. I think.
So I paid the price. You need to get on all social media platforms. Follow us at Next Guy Up Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and we're also on TikTok. But what did I have to do, Zach? What did we agree to beforehand?
So the punishment was if you did not finish all 50 nuggets in 30 minutes, he had to jump in Mason's pool.
Yeah.
Which is, this is not like a heated pool situation.
No, it's not.
It's not been
in
cleaned.
fact, it's never been used since they bought it.
Never been used. We've broken the pool, jumping into it in the middle of February.
Right.
I felt like I was going into shock at the end. Like, if you see the video, I'm literally saying this is cold, and my body is like froze up basically. I could not say or do anything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Zach actually jumped in to save my life. It was crazy.
I did. It's true. Check out the video.
Yeah.
In all reality, there is a very funny video. Mason practically belly flopping. Shouts to Mason, I will say. He full sent it. Basically belly flopped into the pool. I think the pool is very cold.
Yes.
He put his body on the line, so shout out. Not a coward.
Nope. Thank you. Not a coward.
He was a coward not finishing the Nuggets, but not a coward jumping in the pool. So shout out to him. Shout out to me and Tim for actually finishing the challenge.
Yeah, shout out to us. Special props to us.
We got it done.
The flop was not a requirement, but that's how dedicated I am to the podcast and the fans. So there you go.
Okay, so last minute, our last thoughts here. We're sitting here an hour and a half before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's a DJ on TV doing something. Last minute predictions. If you had to say one thing that you'll feel really good about if it hits tomorrow when people listen to this podcast, what would you say?
Travis Kelce to score a touchdown.
Taylor Swift to be on the screen 47 times.
Wow, 40. That's a lot of times.
Wow. Zach?
Let's say Taylor Swift ends up on the field at some point.
Ooh.
At the very end.
Also, Justin Bieber halftime show with Usher.
The Biebs.
Wow.
The Biebs is here.
There you go. Check those. That's our special predictions. This has been, guys, if you want to see all of this content is on TikTok. Go, our intern is working very hard as we speak, getting these videos put onto TikTok and on social. So please go watch them, interact with him, talk to us, tell Mason he's a coward for not finishing all 50 nuggets.
I still have water in my ears.
Mason hates it when I say that.
Thank you.
And we will now throw it back to ourselves in the pod.
Okay, that was that. So, big time Super Bowl stuff happening, obviously. That already has happened. There's also a lot happening in the rest of the world of media and things. So we have some press releases for the day. I'm going to kick us off press release wise. And Disney had a bunch of announcements drop this week about some upcoming projects. And so I'm just going to kind of rapid fire through some of them. Some of them are big. At this point in time, you have already seen the Deadpool 3 trailer that dropped. There are 4 names. And maybe at this point, we actually already know what the name is. But the 4 names, I want your guys' opinion on this. The 4 possible names that they've trademarked already are Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Friend, Deadpool and Friends, or Deadpool and Wolverine. 4 options.
None of those are good.
This is
Deadpool 3 is good.
Internet.
Deadpool and Friends, like that doesn't. Is that
it's
good?
Kind of the vibe of like the Deadpool thing. It's just kind of like
that's the one I think it's going to be.
That one has
Deadpool
been
and Friends.
Deadpool and Friend singular has been widely criticized. People don't really like that very much.
No, I don't either.
Deadpool and Wolverine, I think, is possible. I kind of like Deadpool and Friends. I don't
think so.
I don't know. That's the one. That was the one that I'd seen the most was Deadpool and Friend, and then people were making fun of it a lot on the internet. So who knows? But the trailer is now out. So if you did not see it, go watch it. That movie is, I think, going to be pretty. It's going to be a big one. I think that's going to be a huge movie. Okay, elsewhere in the world of news, to the fast food side of the internet, Burger King is giving away $1 million to the person who creates the next Whopper. This reads a little bit of desperation for Burger King. It's like you kind of feel like Wolverine is not Wolverine. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking. You kind of feel like Burger King is struggling marketing wise if they're pulling this stunt. Like Wendy's is on the cutting edge of burger innovation, in my opinion. I've become a Wendy's head in the last couple of months. And you think Burger King is trying to make a move. So the question is, Tins and Mason, kings of fast food, if you had to create the next Whopper for $1 million, what would you submit?
Well, that's the thing is what hasn't already been done to a burger? I mean, there's all kinds of cheese, bacon, sauce. I mean, what are they looking for? I mean, I feel like they should just kind of remarket by sticking true to what they are. Stop trying to be something they're not, and because they do have a good. I like their food. I honestly do like their burgers. I just kind of forget about them.
Right. It's never my first option for sure.
Like, go do what you do, but just do it well. Stop trying to add 400 different things to the menu that people aren't used to that they're never going to try.
You mean
that's what
peanut
happened to
butter on
Hardee's.
a burger?
Well, yeah, that too. But like Hardee's went through a phase where they're like, come try our Memphis pulled pork onion ring hamburger. It's like, gross. Nobody's eating that stuff.
Okay, here's the criteria. You have to sign up on a website. You'll be giving a series of prompts where you will customize your Whopper with up to 8 total toppings. Once you do this, 3 will make it to the final round. You get to go to Miami, and you will have the opportunity to refine the concepts before they appear on menus nationwide for a limited time later this year.
Interesting.
I guess whichever one's most popular will win the $1 million.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to enter.
Seems like up your alley, Tins.
So the thing that I have thought of when it comes to this contest was Lay's potato chips did if you create the next flavor, and then they had tons of different flavors out there. Like they had a fried green tomato, they had like fish and chips, they had chicken like some pretty chicken and waffles was one. They had tomato basil. Those are all fun to like try, but if you think about it, do you see those in stores anymore? It's always like a very limited time. You see the goats, the barbecue, the classic Lay's. Now you see salt and vinegar. Onion. That's sour cream and onion. So you see that with this, it's like at least you have like at least with those, I feel like you have a little leeway to come up with different flavors. This, I really don't know what you could do different than what has already been done to a burger. Even the wild things like a breakfast burger with like bacon and egg on it, or something that has like a fried pickles or something. But it's like, what else could you do? The only other thing go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I do feel like that stuff is tricky because I think that's like making a burger like gourmet, which is not really probably what they're looking for.
You can't do something like that in
a fast food joint. The Wendy's Baconator, I feel like, was a game changer. You know, some might doubt me on this, but their whole idea was literally, what if we put a lot of cheese and a lot of bacon on a burger?
And it worked.
And then literally call it the Baconator.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty successful. That's been a long-standing menu item now. So, something to consider.
If I had to enter anything, I feel like the thing that would get people's attention, and I know this may sound silly, SpongeBob is like in obviously like the Super Bowl and stuff, but there's an episode where like the burger is like a different color. And I know this is like weird, but like the buns could be like a different color or something, and just like make it, but it still tastes the same, but you just do something like that. It's a stunt, obviously, but that's what they're doing now. They're getting desperate. Yes, go ahead.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars did this a few years ago where they rolled out a teal hamburger on a teal bun. People immediately started tagging the Krusty Krab and saying, "Mr. Krabs, come get your hamburger. This is trash." Yeah, no. The thing about food coloring is it makes food bitter. And so it does have a taste, and it's gross. It's not appealing.
Interesting. Well, never
mind. You know, I do think an interesting marketing move that hasn't been done yet, but maybe it has been done. Is to do like a sponsorship with SpongeBob and do a Krabby Patty rollout. You have to feel like that could do some numbers.
I thought you were going to say sponsorship with like a podcast, like the Next Guy Up podcast.
I mean, maybe that is
Guy Up Burger.
Could you imagine rolling up to Burger King and ordering a Krabby Patty? It's like the act of doing that, I think would generate some attention.
And they just change it just enough to where it looks like a Krabby Patty. And I think their burger
maybe even looks the most like a Krabby Patty. It's got the sesame seed bun already. Like I think you could make it to where it looks very similar.
Burger King, this is our idea. We better get money for this. This is
Let's get that.
Write that to them.
Write that down.
Okay, so we have some other Disney centric news. There was a lot of Disney news coming out this week. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, coming on Disney Plus March 15th. So shout out to all of our households, which will be playing this in it soon, I'm sure. So some Disney movies. Speaking of households, especially small children out there, there's a lot of upcoming things that are sure to be on repeat in your household in the near future. First one, Frozen 3. Tins, how you feel about Frozen 3 coming out in 2026?
I'm not as big on Frozen. Maybe it was the very first like kids movie that really got outplayed in my house a million times.
Right.
I didn't really like Frozen 2 that much, really, is what it came down to.
Overrated.
It was a little, it just wasn't as good as the first one.
I agree.
Your daughters love both of them, though.
They still like Frozen 1, which
Yeah.
I like it a little better. But, so yeah. But I'm very excited about Moana 2. We're big Moana fans.
Moana 2. That's coming out this year. Moana 2. That's a big time. I feel like Moana has taken over Frozen. It's like the most popular children's, like among the people I know, I feel like Moana is a very popular one.
Yeah, and this, I mean, it's like a surprise too, because they really didn't talk about making, like, really, we've been hearing about the live action version that the Rock's trying to do. So they kind of popped this one on us out of nowhere, like, oh, surprise, Moana 2 this year.
So if it's already come out this year, you got to think that they've been in production for a while now. These movies don't pop up that quick, right? It's a couple year project.
I think it'll be at the end of this year, but November 27th is the release date.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that one did kind of come out of nowhere. The other thing coming out on that day is Wicked Part 1, which has also been received a lot of hype. Wicked, obviously, a Broadway show that has long kind of wanted this live action adaptation. So that's coming on the same day.
Some other Disney things in that, right?
Yes, that is true. Yeah, playing the main character, which was Idina Menzel in the original Broadway show. That's a good one. Okay. Other things coming out the next couple of years that were announced: Zootopia 2, 2025. Zootopia, pretty good movie. I like it. We can maybe not to talk about it a lot, but that's a pretty good one.
It's a good one. It's one that I'm looking forward to seeing. It's one of those where it's funny for parents and kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that one. And then Toy Story 5. Still asking the question of why do we need this? Maybe. Potentially.
So I did see an article when the fourth one came out on why, like, how much toys are being sold. It's the most money that Disney makes toy wise out of any of their Cars was like a close one, but like out of any of their movies and it makes sense. Literally each time a movie comes out, they have different characters. Wasn't Keenan and what's the other guy's name? Keenan Peele, and they were like the voice of like the stuffed animal. Yeah, they were like the stuffed animals of the fourth one. And you saw those all over like Walmart and every single. So they'll have new toys characters in the fifth one, and it's probably just gonna be sold off the shelves. So it makes sense why they do it as a money standpoint. I thought that they should have just left it alone after the third one, but that's just my opinion.
There was a good ending.
Had a good ending. They didn't need to touch it. But
speaking of toys and merch, The Mandalorian and Grogu, 2026, live action full-length movie coming out in a couple of years, and so we don't know exactly which projects will all combine together to make that one, but that is going to be a big one. And so last piece of Disney news, there's a couple of things. Last thing of Disney though, Disney and Epic Games are working together to create, quote, a new entertainment universe where you can play, watch, shop, and engage with content, characters, and stories with Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Bob Iger says, what if we create a gigantic Disney World a la Fortnite? So I don't know. This is getting weird a little bit. It seems like when he says a la Fortnite, it's almost like, does that mean they're just going to be killing each other?
Yeah, that's
it's like Disney World. Everyone has guns and is murdering each other. Could be,
because I
don't really understand that.
There's a Disney game where you can run around the different parks and interact with like Disney characters.
Yeah.
So are we doing that, but Fortnite edition? So you're doing a battle royale throughout the whole theme park? Like, am I going to be doing the floss after I just sniped a dude in Epcot? Like, what are we doing?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. What this really sounds like to me is like Ready Player One universe type stuff where you just get to run around. You can buy stuff. You can talk to people. Like there's like characters you can interact with. If it really feels like this is going to be built into like a virtual reality world, whether it's Meta or whether it's the like Vision Pro, this feels like a world that's meant to be lived like inside of, not just played on. Like this is not just adding Disney characters to Fortnite. This feels like it's going to be an immersive type world environment, which is kind of scary, but I think this is what's happening here.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna
when he
wait
says
as long
when he
as
says
I
it wants to
can.
create a Disney World, it makes me feel like it's going to be something you can like interact with everything. Like it's going to be like a whole experience.
I'm gonna hold out as long as I can on them taking me into the virtual world.
It's happening, guys.
Be ready.
It's scary. Yeah, so that's also coming. Last couple of big things that have happened this week in the news and movies, and we're done. There was a lot of news this week. Coyote versus Acme is now expected to be shelved and deleted forever. This is the first time I've ever heard of a movie doing this. Warner Brothers spent millions and millions of dollars on this movie, integrating Looney Tunes into like a live action type film. They made it. It's done. It's finished. They wanted $75 to $80 million for it. Apparently Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount all offered them money for it. They rejected them all, refused to hear counter offers, and said, nah, I think we're just going to delete it forever. Like literally just hit the delete button on it. Apparently this is for a tax write-off situation where they can just write this off instead of trying to monetize it. I don't know. This is a really weird thing. People are very upset about this on the internet. Apparently it's the person making this call at Warner Brothers has reportedly never actually watched the movie, like the finished product. This looks very bad for people who are making films for a living and then they're just deleting them as tax write-offs. It's very, very weird.
As a diehard Looney Tunes fan, this makes me pretty upset. Roadrunner and Coyote are top tier television for me. So I don't appreciate this move. Whoever this new Warner Brothers CEO guy is deciding things like this obviously didn't have a childhood where he grew up watching Looney Tunes. He's probably a loser. So he probably watched something dumb like Roly Poly Olies or something. This guy can get wrecked, and I've got a tax write-off for him.
All right. I was just gonna say, imagine putting. Well, what is a tax write-off? Tens. I wonder what that is.
I don't know. I'm just
okay. Here's a little bit more info on the situation. It says the film's budget was around $70 million. The tax write-off is going to be reportedly worth about $30 million in the tax write-off. He said the movie was greenlit by the former regime at Warner Brothers. The new CEO, David Zaslav, has shifted the studio's priorities back to theatrical and felt this movie didn't fit with the new creative direction. So there you go.
Because that's what we want. We want Warner Brothers Pictures going back to serious drama movies instead of the cartoons that made that whole production famous. Good job. I've seen a lot of like things that they're rumored to be coming out with, like a Michael B. Jordan vampire movie where he plays both characters. Good. Twins. One person being twins. That's always worked out. Will Smith did a movie named Jumanji Man. Did the same thing. How'd that go? I don't like this guy. He's trying to cancel all the Looney Tunes products. Zaslav. More like Zaz fell off.
Oh, got him.
Zinger.
Got him.
Imagine putting in the work and it gets deleted like that. But also,
horrible. Yeah.
I hope some intern like took his little USB drive and like stuck it into the machine and like it took the whole movie and it's like, here you go, world.
To infinity. He would. Okay, probably. Very last thing, and then we're done. Long press release. They had a lot to talk about. Andor season 2 has wrapped filming. Apparently they did this even with the strikes and stuff. They pushed through it, and so this was a very. It feels like Disney was in a hurry to get this one out because I don't know, the state of Star Wars has been in flux lately a little bit, and this was maybe the most successful project since like Rogue One potentially. So people really wanted to make sure that this was coming out and everyone was going to be excited about it. So shout out to Andor, very good show. And that's it. That is my press release for the day. Does anyone else have one? Mason, you had a press release, right?
Nope. You had all the press releases.
Oh yeah, I kind of took over the press release today.
I had one.
Oh yeah, Tins, what do you got?
So college student in Florida who tracks celebrity private planes for fun and releases them on Twitter. Like this celebrity flew private from here to here.
Right.
Because, all the global warming celebrities tell us we should drive electric cars and then they fly private jets all the time everywhere. Well, this kid's going to get shut down, everybody, because Taylor Swift's lawyers are saying they are hitting him with a cease and desist because he has been tracking her extra hard. They said that they're going to throw harassment at him.
Good luck with that.
Stalking and harassing because he is tracking where she's going, but it is public information, so I don't think anything's going to happen.
How are you going to do that? Good luck.
This is stemming from everyone's freaking out about if she was going to be able to come to the Super Bowl yesterday because she had a show in Tokyo. I just saw an hour ago where she has left Tokyo and is on her way back to the States.
Holy cow.
So
How long is that flight? Like 12 hours, 14 hours?
13 hours, her lucky number. So congrats to the Chiefs on winning. Congrats on Travis Kelce scoring a touchdown. Those were great seen yesterday.
Yeah, can't believe Taylor jumps in with Usher on stage halftime.
I'm actually excited about. I actually really liked the halftime show yesterday. I thought it was great.
Yeah, big Usher guy.
I'm a big Usher guy.
Crushed it. What was your favorite guest appearance, Tins?
Justin Bieber.
Wow,
that is a big rumor. My wife is she is on that track.
That's crazy.
She said she's been following all the clues and said it's coming. Biebs is going to make his first public appearance since his health issues.
That would be fire. The Biebs.
It's going to be fire. It was fire.
I would like. Oh, it was really. Yeah,
it was really fire. Yeah.
I can't believe you came on and saying "baby." What if that comes true? Okay, here we go. So we've got something special cooked up for you guys today. We decided to do something a little different. We are talking Super Bowl or favorite football foods, snacks to eat during a game. We have a new format for you today, though. I think we are very excited about it. We have no idea how it's going to go. This may be a train wreck, but we will, in fact, see how this goes. So instead of doing a draft, we are doing an auction today. The way this auction is going to work, we're going to take turns throwing out things that we want to auction off, and then we will bid for them. Whoever bids the most gets that item. We have $100 each to bid. Once you are out of money, you're out of money. We each have to get 4 total items of any category. So that could be obviously like appetizer, entree, dessert, drink, whatever it is. You get 4 things to fill. You want 3 entrees, then do it. You want 3 desserts? I don't care. The categories, we don't have any categories here. So we're just going to throw out ideas. We're going to bid on them. You have to have at least $1 left for each of your picks. So you could bid $97 on something, but then you only have $1 for each of your remaining 3 picks. So basically you have to have no one else have any interest in it in order to get through. So this is going to become pretty interesting here to see what our strategies are. I don't actually know what we're all going to do here. It's going to be pretty interesting. Any Tins Mason, any strategies you want to throw out at the beginning, or you want to keep them secret? You want to just see how it plays out in real time?
I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see how it plays out. I did have a question. If we both have like maxed out on our certain amount of money and it's a tie on an item, do you want to do like your random picker on your phone or something?
It's a tie.
Like
interesting.
Like if me and Tinsley both had $50 left and we both like bet on something, and then we both literally had that at the very end. Do you want to just like do your random thing? I don't know if this is actually going to happen. I was just throwing that out there.
Well, so I guess that's a good question. Sure. Would we rather do $1,000 instead of $100? So it's maybe that wouldn't happen. Anybody? It's up to you guys.
Let's make it simple. 100. Yeah, let's do 100.
1,000 would be less likely that you'd have numbers be perfect. But it's up to you all. We can do 100. Keeps it simple. Sure, we can flip on it if that happens. I don't think that'll happen, but if it does, we can do a random generator.
Okay,
I like that.
Okay.
Right. We'll still use a wheel here, so we'll still take turns throwing out ideas. It doesn't have to be a draft, but we'll just so we can know who's going first. It may change a little bit depending on who goes first. Okay, we ready?
Ready.
All right. And the first person who will be throwing out an idea is Tins.
Ooh, myself.
And then second up will be me, and then Mason.
All right.
So Tins, you can start off hot. You can start off whatever you're going with. What do you got?
Well, if we know me, we know that I'm not a conservative guy.
Right.
I like to swing for the fences. So the first item we're going to be bidding on right here is we're going to be bidding on pizza. Feels like a football, especially Super Bowl.
Tins, I forgot to say this. Whenever you throw it, you also have to get the starting bid.
Right. So I'm going to start
starting bid
$10.
Sounds pretty conservative to me. He's a coward. $10 pizza.
Yep.
So this is all pizza. So this is this is the only pizza that would come off the board here. So I think this is a big.
What else can eat pizza?
$33, Bob.
33. What an interesting number, Mason. I'll do 35.
42, Bob.
I don't know who Bob is.
Bob Barker. Bob Barker.
Yeah, but why we referencing Bob here?
We always have. We always will.
I'll do 50.
I'm out.
Mason's out at 50. He's a coward. Look at him.
I got better stuff. Nobody can see me, Zach. It's a
52,
podcast.
Bob.
Mason's out at $50. I'll do 53.
All right, let's have it.
Oh, wow. That's unexpected. I was kind of just trying to raise the price for Tins a little bit there, but I'm going to take pizza at $53.
Got stuck with it, baby. That's a good one to be stuck with.
Pizza, come on. What are you going to... That's probably the most eaten food. I think there's a couple of entrees. Well, I'm not going to spoil it there.
So $47 left, Zach?
Yeah, 47 left.
You keeping up with it? Okay.
Yep, I'm keeping track.
Okay. All right, Zach, you're up with
$47. It's going to get interesting now. Okay. Let's do this. Shoot. Okay, I'm doing it. Let's do chicken wings. Start the bidding at $20.
22.
38.
40.
44.
$47.
Oh, I'm priced out now. That was it.
Yep.
49.
$53.
56.
$57.
It's all yours.
All right, 57.
Wow.
Let's go. Wings has to be is that not the top one?
It was yeah.
Okay.
I mean, wings is
It's
good.
up
I will argue that wings are less. They're not as good of a party food because I feel like wings
No
are
bang
just
for your buck.
expensive. Yeah, they're like more of a delicacy to me. Where pizza's like if you're having a bunch of people over, you're ordering pizzas.
Yeah.
You know, you're just because that's the cheapest per person. It's super like mobile, easy to eat. Like
Yep,
wings,
you can
I feel
walk
like
around
are
and eat
or
pizza.
sit down. You have to like enjoy them. Wings are great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love eating wings.
Love wings.
I do think it's a top tier football food.
You're kind of stuck in the corner by yourself now eating wings.
Correct.
When
Yeah.
Zach can walk around with his pizza. You know,
I got 10
things like
boxes
that.
of pizza over here.
Yeah.
Right.
No one can have a
for
slice.
the price of 10 wings. You know, it is what it is. It's a good pick, Mason. I think wings are great.
Yeah. There's no
Definitely
going wrong
bang
with
for your
wings.
buck was the pizza. Everybody knows me. I'm a huge wings guy. We just
Wings are
got
Yeah.
Wingstop, by the way, in Cookeville. So
Shout out.
Eating it for
Okay.
dinner tonight.
My pick is gonna be jalapeno poppers at $1, Bob.
He's zagging.
Anybody? Any takers? Nope. Nope. All right.
$2.
Yeah,
$3.
I'm out. I'm not a fan of these guys.
$4.
$5.
I feel like Mason wants this, and this is one of his cheap ones, and I feel like I've got a responsibility to not let him get it for super cheap.
You do.
Okay. So it's at $5. You can have it.
Take it. I'll take it. It's fine. Those are pretty good. Love a jalapeno.
I like them a lot.
Not on my list, but you know, I needed some value picks after dropping a bag on pizza, so that's where I'm at. We'll take it. You know, it's fine. Yeah,
bacon wrapped. You could do bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Bacon wrap. Love bacon.
Yeah.
Love a jalapeno.
Great.
All right, so are we doing like
together?
I wasn't.
Are we just
expecting
going
to
back
get
in
that.
order?
That was a mistake. Yeah. Okay. Tins is back around.
All right,
let's for $5.
Let's
go ahead.
travel. Let's travel out of food for just 1 second. Let's get some drinks in here. Now, are we going? I should have maybe asked this before. Are we going to do brands or like? Am I just going to say soda right here?
It's a good question. We can all decide because we're all going to be bidding on it. Do we want to separate the drink categories and do multiple types of soda?
I think so. I think there's some bad sodas out there, but there's some.
But are we all just going to draft a soda and then for like $1?
It makes it more valuable if we put it all together. So I say sodas as a group.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go sodas. Sodas for
big one, huh?
$8.
Interesting.
No bids.
$10.
I'll go 11.
Tins is playing cheap. I don't know what he's waiting for. I feel like he's waiting for a big one.
I'm trying to look
he's
and see what else
me
is
and
on
Mason
the
out of
menu.
money.
Yeah, that's what it is. So he can just get the rest of them.
No, I should have went a little harder at pizza, to be honest.
I feel pretty good about that. 53. Too bad I have jalapeno poppers now in my second. Running out of spots. Running out of slots on my team. Let's do $14.
All right, it's yours. You got soda.
I'll take that all day. That's a deal. That makes up for jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Tins is really holding out for something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't either.
At this point,
for everyone out there, I'm at $73. I've got $27 left.
I'm not good at auctions because I live in the world of the next thing that could come is what I really, really want. That's why I got on a Whatnot kick. This is a sidebar. We're messing around on a Monday. I got on a Whatnot kick of watching streamers like open packs of football cards. And so you spin a wheel, you would bid money, and if you won, then they'd spin the wheel and you got that team. Yeah. Well, I would literally just always sit there and wait until the Jags were one of the last teams. I'm like, no, I don't want to spend any money because I only want the Jags. And then I would never get the Jags because it's a random wheel. And so someone would get it before me, and then I'd end up with like wasting money on the Browns or something. So I'm not good at stuff like this. I'm always just wondering if the next thing's what I really want. And now I regret.
You know, you could have picked whatever you really wanted because that was.
But then I'd have no money. Yeah, I know.
Okay, no. I feel like Tins is waiting on something. I don't know if this is it or not, but I feel like we've got to pull some money out of Tins, or else we're going to be cooked over here. Actually, no, I'm not doing that. Swerve.
Skirt.
Yeet. This is a precarious moment here. In the draft, I feel. Okay, let's do this. I think this works. I'll put this poll out. If I did tortilla chips, could I lump in a salsa or queso with the tortilla, or do nachos? What, like as a whole, what do you guys think on this?
I have tortilla chips and queso as separate things on my list. But if you're telling me
separate,
I do. But if you want to lump them, I'm down.
I literally have plain queso as one of the items, just like a whole bowl of queso to like dip your wings and pizza. Like what is queso without chips?
I think he had chips and queso. I have chips and salsa and then nachos like separate. So if we want to just lump all of it,
do we want to separate them or not?
I think we should do it all as one just to add value, because now someone's gonna get chips and salsa or chips and queso for $1, where this should be more valuable. Yeah.
So this is all tortilla based foods. Nachos,
salsa, nachos.
Chips,
you should just say nachos and all of it's lumped.
You can throw whatever you want on it, right?
But it should be nachos for the graphic.
Nachos. Let's do nachos.
Okay, but does that include dips as well? Because there's some dips out there.
What kind of dips are you thinking?
There's a buffalo chicken dip. I'm sure it's going to happen.
That feels different, doesn't it?
It does.
Yes. Because that's what I just want to clarify.
I think chips and salsa and chips and queso should be in with the
that's what we're
nachos.
Doing right now.
But
okay.
the
just
dip,
nachos.
But the dip, but dips like that is separate.
Perfect.
Like just chips, salsa, queso.
Yep. Those are the three things you're getting right here.
Okay. I like that.
I love that.
Okay, so let's draft it.
Let's get it. Let's auction it off.
Or auction it off, sorry. I'm going to start the bidding at $15.
17.
19.
23. Got him.
25.
27.
28, Fred Taylor.
Dang it. That was all I had left. Okay, it's between Mason and Tins
29.
Now.
29.
Dang, I wanted chips. I regret everything about jalapeno poppers.
31.
What a mistake. 31 to Mason.
You got it.
Wow.
All right.
How much? 31?
I like that.
31. That's so good. Dang, I paid way too much for my wings. Shoot.
I think we shouldn't have let him have that. But it's okay. We needed to get him on the board. He was hoarding money over there.
I like that. I love getting tortilla chips and queso. I'm smashing that.
I will be smashing that. Okay, Mason, you're up to bat.
Okay. It was just talked about. I'm gonna go with the buffalo chicken dip at $23.
All right.
It's hefty.
I'll go 25.
How much money does Zach have left?
I have $27. Mason has $43 left for the numbers.
How much do I have?
$69.
Nice.
I feel like you knew that.
Okay, I'm gonna go 27. 27.
All right.
28.
I'm priced out officially.
I got some good ones still left on my list. 29.
30.
I like this battle.
31.
I feel as if that was your last step.
Mason would be at $88 if he spent 31 on this.
I'll go 32.
All right, you can have it.
$32.
Buffalo chicken dip is one that I really wanted. So
okay, that's interesting.
I'm a big
all right.
Like it's just it's easier dips and stuff because you can come and go as you please. You're not kind of.
I love a dip. Tins is king of the dips right now.
I am the dip king.
Okay, so an update. Now that we are done with our second round, we're 6 picks in. Mason has bought wings for $57. That's the most expensive item so far. Tins has nachos and buffalo chicken dip for a total of $63. So he has $37 remaining. Mason has $43 remaining. I have taken pizza, regrettably, jalapeno poppers, and soda for a total of $73. So he has $27 remaining.
Got those poppers though.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I feel pretty good about soda at 14 though. I think it redeemed it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think soda at 14 helps a good bit. Okay, so Tins, back to you.
All right,
2 rounds left.
Let's get some pigs in a blanket going right here.
Oh, let's get them going.
We'll start the bidding at $11.
15.
16. Trevor Lawrence.
17.
We're gonna go $21 here.
All right, you can have it.
All right.
21.
Yep.
Zach, you didn't have a bet or a bid?
I'm good. I'm holding out a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I got some other ones on here.
As went back to back to back all of a sudden.
Yep.
We woke him up.
Started burning a hole in my pocket.
Okay, how much? 20?
21. So I'm at $16.
Ooh, we got an interesting situations going on now. Okay. Tins has 16. I've got 27. We both have 1 pick left. So, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna dive into the dessert world. I don't know how to pick this necessarily. I don't know how to state this, so we may have to have some deliberation. My pick is revolving around the world of cookies.
Right.
There's lots of cookie variations out there. I guess I'm asking for the opinion of the class here. Are we throwing all cookies into the same sphere, or do we need to separate into like Oreos or chocolate chip or
all cookies?
I think all cookies.
I think the broader the better at this point. Yeah, it adds value to it, which is what we need.
Okay, I'm gonna do cookies. Let's start at $10.
Even the Dollar General brand, Zach.
I mean, maybe this is the best.
Some would say.
$10.
$10. Crickets.
I mean, I'll take all cookies for $10.
I'll go 11. I'll go 11.
12.
13.
17.
I'm out.
Eat it, Tins. Mason?
Nope.
I'm rounding up to 27, and that will be my final pick. I will take the entire world of cookies for $27. And my draft is done here. My auction.
Good solid draft.
Except for jalapeno poppers. That's my only regret.
Jalapeno poppers. Yeah.
I think the rest of it is very solid. It was cheap.
For
I could have got
$5 is not
something
bad.
else. I could have got something else, I think, but it's okay. I was trying to bid Mason up there. Didn't want to get something sneaky in. It was a good.
You also said that during the broadcast, like I wasn't listening, and so that's where I was like, "All right, you can have it if you're going to drive the price up." You said that. Did you not realize that? Yeah.
I didn't want that, but I also didn't want Mason to get like a $1 item in the middle of it that he actually really wanted. So that was my issue. I thought it was low enough where he would keep going. That was my fatal flaw. Okay, since I'm out, I'm just gonna let Mason go ahead and pick the next item.
Okay, we had these yesterday and they were delicious. I'm gonna go with sausage balls or meatballs.
An interesting spot where Tins only has one spot left to pick. Mason's got 3. Just to let the audience know what the situation is. Tins has $16 only. So Mason could price Tins out pretty fast if he wanted to.
I'm going to go with $7.
I'm not sure Tins even wants to touch this, though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's thinking.
He looks very hesitant.
He also he'll have a pick
I have to try and get him to spend some money to get me down, to get him here with me. But maybe this isn't an item I want.
It depends on if there's an item you really want that you think he's not going to want. That's the question.
How many does he have? Yeah, how many does he have?
Do you have a really competitive item left that you want to compete for?
So he has one slot. Yeah, do you have something else on the list?
There's like 2 things I would like to finish with. So
yeah,
I'm going to let you have these sausage balls.
For $7?
I'm afraid I go up $1 and you let me have them, and then my draft is locked.
This is the Mason. He's messing with us like he did me. Screwed me over.
Was that good? I think that's a good choice, right?
Okay, Mason's at 64 now. Sausage balls are fine. They're okay.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Okay,
they're classic. When you say sausage balls, this is different than meatballs. Is this true?
It should be. Could it be in the same? Right? They are different.
Question.
So the meatballs are the ones in the crock pot with the like the jelly and the sauce.
Right.
The sausage balls are like
the
fried ones. But I was hoping, just how we've been doing abroad, like you get all nachos or you get all whatever. I was hoping this is just all that category.
Cheese balls.
You would just like any kind of ball of meat. That's what you're eating.
Yeah, I like the meat. I like the ones in the gravy or whatever you want to call it. That sounds nasty, but
Mason,
in the sauce.
Mason is one for $8. All the balls.
$7.
$7.
Okay,
all the
so
balls.
Here we go. Okay, so let's lay out we're done with round 3 now, so we got 1 round left. Really, there's 3 picks left. So a couple of situations that could happen here. Tins needs 1 pick. He has $16. Mason needs 2. He's got $36. $36.
Yep.
So Tins could pick something that he thinks is going to be competitive, or he could pick something you think Mason's going to want. This becomes a pretty interesting situation here. So Tins,
I pick something red he can't even try and get.
Oh, that's wild. Okay. Well, so what's your strategy here?
I'm going to go with something I want, because even if I don't end up with it here, I think I end up with it either way.
Okay.
So I will be going with brownies. We're going to start the bidding at
dessert.
$8.
$8.
9. Love a good brownie. $9.
You love it more than $10 worth?
Ooh.
All right, you can have it.
All right. I'll take it.
I want to save my money. All right,
Mason,
perfect.
you could have priced them out pretty fast. That Tins is done.
Yeah. With $6 to spare.
All right, so I'm going to put in. So my bid is.
Mason, you get 2 more picks now. You have as much money as you want to spend on them.
I'm gonna go with burger sliders at $1, Bob.
Burger sliders. Interesting.
And then I'm gonna go with potato skins, loaded potato skins at $1. Nobody likes those.
They're fine.
Got a lot of heavy food going on over there.
You went with no desserts or no drinks. You guys are gonna be so thirsty. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
I have the only drink item soda. I have all of soda, all of cookies, and all of pizza. I mean, I'll be honest. Mine's not gonna look very good on the graphic, but if you start breaking it down, it's like he has all the drinks and all of the cookies available.
He has all the essentials to every get together that's ever been.
That's true, and jalapeno poppers. I was so close to glory, I think. Okay, so let's break it down. Mason,
should we do honorable mentions before we do the
honorable mentions? Yeah,
I had on my list, if I had nothing else, Chex Mix, just a good grab and go Chex Mix, like homemade Chex Mix.
Whatever your starting bid on that would have been yours.
It would have been $1.
That's a good $1 pick.
And then I didn't know if 7-layer dip would have been something because it was close to nacho. You don't like that? Tens is making a face. And then tacos was also like a thing that was like a random, like you could have those.
Like a field drum taco bar.
Yeah.
I think the steal of the draft was Tens getting nachos at 31. I was expecting wings, nachos, and pizza to all be like hot commodity items, but me 50s. And Mason kind of ran out of money in the for the first two. So Tens kind of waited around and got nachos for a steal, I think. Especially if you're including like Rotel dip and you get all the like, I don't know if Rotel.
Yeah, but I didn't build a good team around them. But no queso. So like the El Gordo's melted microwave cheese dip that everybody likes. I got that. Salsa.
You have buffalo chicken dip, pigs and blanket. Brown. I mean, you have a solid lineup, honestly.
I have a solid lineup.
I think the question would be for like the protein aspect. I guess the pigs and blanket or the protein, maybe.
Yeah,
I got plenty of that
chicken dip.
Yeah, Mason's eating
only protein.
You know what Mason ordered?
Sliders, sausage balls, wings.
Mason ordered the like you go to Chili's or one of these restaurants and you order the appetizer sampler. That's what Mason got.
And then I'm pretty sure burger sliders are one of their things on that.
Yeah, it's always on
burger
there.
Sliders.
That's what Mason orders for a meal. Is an appetizer sampler.
People do.
You know me so well.
That's very interesting. No one had chicken nuggets on their list though.
Bummer. Kind of tired of chicken nuggets after yesterday.
So I had pizza, jalapeno poppers, soda, and the cookies. The only drink on the entire auction.
Yeah, once we pivoted away from breaking them up individually, I'll take the L on just drinking water, I guess.
So now that the Super Bowl's happened, we all had to only eat these things for the Super Bowl. So how was your experience eating only your selections yesterday at the Super Bowl party, Mason?
Very full. Very full. I don't want to have to eat for 3 days.
Okay. How do we feel, everybody?
That was fun. I like that.
Odd.
Okay. We'll bring it back.
There's like more strategy involved with that than a draft. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, all right. Well, we lost Zach, everybody, but that is all right. We are going to wrap up there. Thank you for joining us on this Monday, Messing Around Monday. We hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully this episode gets you kickstarted on the week. Hope you had a great Super Bowl, and make sure you like and subscribe on Apple and Spotify. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and X. I still call it Twitter. But we will see you again on Friday for our end of the season award show. Thanks, everybody.